Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. People, it's Cyber Monday, December 2nd, your last day to get your Green Gear 25% off. Discount code GREEN. Link will be in the description box. But now it's time, people, for one of your favorite shows, RBPOS, or Race Baiting Piece of Shit. Time to introduce our first contestant. You know her from such hits as taking my 11-year-old son to a pride parade in Miami. Put your hands together for Gabrielle Union and your host, Jericho Green. Man, this fucking dummy. Gabrielle Union, you may know her from movies where she always plays some stuck-up, manless bitch. She was a host on America's Got Talent, one of those panel talent shows, and she got fired. Apparently, NBC got tired of dealing with her shit. She was complaining about the work conditions. She was complaining that there was racism going on because Jay Leno was on there and he did a joke about Korean people eating dogs. And you know, in this 2019 post-Trump apocalyptic landscape that we fucking live in, you can't say anything funny unless it's about straight people, especially straight white men. Fuck them. But if it's about anybody with any hue to their skin, that's a no-no. So she complained. Jay Leno told a joke about Koreans eating dogs. Well, newsflash, people, the reason some or most jokes are funny is because they're partially true. And in Korea, it's a huge industry to eat dogs and cats. I saw a documentary one time. This particular farm they were talking about, or they were focusing on, was you see that, people? Storming like a motherfucker out here. So the particular dog that this farm was raising were these little short-haired kind of pit bull looking dogs, and they, as fast as they farmed them, people were eating them. Now, of course, to our Western minds, eating dogs and cats is taboo, but you look at Hindus and shit like that who worship cows and hold them in a very high regard. We don't. We slaughter cows by the fucking millions. Give me my steak and my ground beef. So whatever. That's their thing. That's what they do. There was another scene where this dude was taking this basket of cats to the market, and it was like a wire cage. Man, this thing was packed with cats. You can see their little fur sticking out through the little wiring and shit. I know, again, to our Western minds, that's fucked up. This is how they do their thing. Whatever. So, and I'm not talking about all Koreans. I'm sure some westernized Koreans who were born here don't eat no cats and dogs, but a lot of them do. So who gives a fuck? But again, in this environment, you can't say things that are true or funny. So she complains about that, and they fired her. They probably got sick and tired of hearing her bullshit, and they fired her. Now, if there was such racism going on there, where were the cries of it then? Where were the cries of racism when you were gorging yourself at the river of NBC's money? You weren't saying shit then. You weren't saying shit when you were getting on TV 5 nights a week, smiling and shit, hitting the buzzer. Where were the claims of racism then? But since they took your fucking job, you took your hammer, broke the glass, and busted out your brand new 2019 race card and slammed it on the fucking table. Just like Omarosa's bitch ass. She wasn't talking about no fucking racism and Trump's trying to start a race war when her ass was employed, when she was cashing those fucking checks. But now that the checks stopped coming, now it's racism. Now we're back in 1923. Shut the fuck up. The reason they fired her ass is because her celebrity did not outweigh her fucking mouth. Her mouth was writing checks that her celebrity could not cash. She's a C-list celebrity at best. They don't give a fuck. Those are a dime a dozen. They've probably already replaced her. Now, if you were an A-lister, a Halle Berry, a Jennifer Aniston, some shit like that, maybe they would have let that shit slide. But you're not, so they canned you. You know why? Because Gabrielle Union is, and for those of you who are sensitive to profanity, I would turn the volume down now, because I'm going to drop the H-bomb of cuss words in America. Now, I know in England and stuff, and I had a buddy from Australia, they throw this word around all the time, but here, we do not. Gabrielle Union is a C-U-N-T. A cunt. That's why they didn't want to fucking deal with her. You can look at all the roles she plays. Art truly imitates life sometimes. She always plays this mean, manless, I don't need nobody bitch. And she is. Look at her fucking personal life. She's married to Dwayne Wade, who is 10 years her junior. That motherfucker didn't marry a wife. He married his mama. She's 10 years older than him. Now, of course, she's supported by all her sisters on Twitter. Ariana Grande, who, if I'm not mistaken, didn't she murder Mac Miller? Anyway, that's allegedly. And the girl Pompeo, some shit, the Grey's Anatomy girl. Oh, I support you, and NBC needs to apologize, and especially white girls, we need to stand. Shut the fuck up. Turn down your white guilt, okay? Turn it down. Colored folk don't need no help from you. But she posted, Gabrielle Union has the nerve to post how a proper apology is supposed to be. 3 steps to a proper apology. Who the fuck are you? You are nothing compared to Simon Cowell and his company at NBC. They don't give a fuck. You weren't famous enough. You were running your mouth. They didn't want to hear it, so they fucking fired you. So what? Move on. But now it's a race thing. Now it's because you're black. Well, if you were black and they didn't like you, why would they hire your black ass? This shit is so fucking stupid. This makes black people look weak. It makes us look emotionally inferior. That's why I say we are portrayed as the Fabergé eggs of ethnicities. You have to be very careful. You have to put on the kid gloves. Shh, don't talk too loud. Don't say anything too mean, because they can't handle it. Shh. Meanwhile, every other fucking race can take whatever you hurl at them, but not us, because of some shit that happened 200 years ago. That shit is retarded, it is dumb, and it needs to fucking stop. Now, phase 2 of how stupid Gabrielle Union is. Now, over Thanksgiving, or on Thanksgiving, her and her son, her husband, D. Wade, former basketball player, they posted a picture of D. Wade, Gabrielle Union, his son, her stepson, and their kid that they had together. And in this picture, her son is standing there. He has his arm over his dad's shoulder, and he has his fucking nails done. I'm talking like went to a salon, got his acrylics, wearing a little short shirt because his arm's up. You can see his stomach. What the fuck is going on here? And he's 11. Like I said earlier, this is the same kid that she took to the Pride Parade in Miami. Basically, a live-action porno. Please check out that video. But there were people in the comment section who were gay. Also people who weren't, but also who had gone to Pride parades. And they all said, this is no place for children. This has nothing to do with your sexual preference. This is an inappropriate environment for children. Period. There's sex going on. There's sexualized activities going on. Half-naked people, dicks out, asses out. No place for your child. If you take your child there, not only are you a Class A piece of shit, that's child abuse. That's fucking disgusting. Would you sit there and watch a porno in front of your kid? I hope not. But I honestly think the reason Gabrielle Union is pushing this shit on this kid and promoting this shit for this kid is because she don't like her husband's ex-wife. She's like, fuck you and fuck your kid. You know, some wild animals, when they hook up with a female, they'll kill her young, so there's only their young that they produce. I think it's that kind of thing. I think in real life, Gabrielle Union really is a fucking bitch. So she don't care about what she's doing to this kid. Did they ever stop to think that maybe their son is going along with this because he wants to impress his parents? Did you know that almost 90% of kids who identify as the opposite gender or are super flamboyant like this, they go back to being normal? They no longer engage in that? You're pushing this on your kid, and you shouldn't. He's 11. His fucking bones haven't even hardened yet. And you're trying to make him out to be this fucking drag queen? And I don't give a shit what anybody says. My 11-year-old isn't showing her stomach. As far as I'm concerned, you don't even have a stomach. You don't have a midsection. And it certainly won't see the light of day. Not no picture that I'm posting on the fucking internet. Why are you sexualizing that little boy and pushing that perversion on that little kid? He's 11. If he comes to you and says, Daddy, I think I'm gay, you say, son, you're not. You're a little boy. You will figure that out later in life. Until you turn 18, you're a little boy. I'm not taking you to the fucking salon. I'm damn sure not letting my wife take you to the salon. And personally, I think when she took him to that pride parade, woman, when you come home, pack your shit. It's over. You took my son to a live action porno? It's a wrap. You made up that decision for me. But D-Wade is a fucking punk. He allows his balls to be locked away in a safe that only Gabrielle knows the combination to. And you allow this woman to do this to your fucking kids. You're a punk piece of shit. The fuck? I come home and my son has acrylics on? Girl, kids, go to your room. Me and your mom about to have a fucking talk. What? You buying him little sweaters showing his stomach? What the fuck is going on here? You are your child's protector. And not only do we protect their physical being, we protect their innocence. We are supposed to allow them to be kids as long as they possibly can, and pride parades and questions about your sexuality is some grown-up shit. But I'm still waiting for them to call out the special forces of race baiters. You know, the Al Sharptongues, the Lamont Hills, or Mark Lamont Hill. This is... this is fucking disgusting. And of course, they call it... D-Wade came out and said, oh, I'm getting some hate. There are people saying they're being parent shamed. Stop with these fucking words. Parent shaming, fat shaming, slut shaming. It's just shame. Social justice. It's just justice. My truth. No, it's just the truth. They blur these fucking lines. They take away the stigma of these words. No. It's just shame. You're a piece of shit for doing this to your kid, man. And how can you as a man and a father allow this to happen to your kid? It doesn't matter if that's your wife or not. Your number one job is to protect your child and their innocence. Not allow them to be taken down to the fucking nail salon with their stepmama. Or to go to a pride parade with their stepmama. And where's your real mom? I know D-Wade has sole custody of his kids, and that woman probably took a paycheck. Woman, if you're watching, you're a piece of shit too. Because I don't give a fuck what agreement I sign. If I see something happen to my kid that is wrong, I'm gonna do something about it. I don't give a fuck. There's no judge, there's no court, there's no law, there's no human that is gonna keep me from doing the right thing for my kid. That is your job and your obligation, your fucking duty. I said duty. If you can't handle the responsibility, then don't have kids. But if you do have kids, you better do your fucking job, because if you don't, you're going to put these damaged little crazy fucking monsters out in the world for us to run into. That's why we live in this ultra-sensitive, you can't say shit, people of color, inclusivity, diversity, bullshit environment. Because these fucking people didn't love their kids and do their job, so now they go out in the world and seek the acceptance from us and try to force us to bend to their perverted, fucked up will. Gabrielle Union, you are the winner of the 2019 Piece of Shit Parent Award. D-Wade, you got the fucking runner-up. You're a fucking turd too. I'll put a link in the description box. You can see it. He's up there with he has his hand over his dad's shoulder with his nails done and his little tummy showing. Fucking disgusting, man. But this is what we have. This is what happens when you allow these fucking perverts to do shit like this. What else do you say to that? What else can you say? People, it's my Saturday. As you can see, it's storming outside. So guess what? Sounds like a movie day to me. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.